Today, we're talking about quantum computers and the impact that they will have on the world's future. Stay tuned for this fascinating show. Good day to you. We will be talking about quantum computers on this show and the next 3 shows, so don't miss a single one. It is important for the whole world to understand what is about to happen with quantum computers. They will affect all aspects of our daily lives. According to Harvard Business Review, the race for quantum supremacy is already underway. Governments and private investors all around the world are pouring billions of dollars into quantum research and development. The Chinese, the U.S. government, IBM, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, and other startup tech companies are investing heavily in developing large-scale quantum computing, hardware and software. There is breaking news on quantum computers every day. So, why is the race for quantum supremacy so important? Quantum computers have the ability to create private keys for encrypting messages. Hackers would have to break the laws of quantum physics to penetrate those keys. Quantum computers will transform healthcare and medicine by allowing for large-scale quantum simulations for drug development, and quantum computers will be able to teleport information from one location without physically transmitting the information, which would make things absolutely secure. So, now that we understand the high stakes of attaining quantum supremacy, what is a quantum computer? As we will be discussing the potential capabilities of quantum computers in our next episode, I thought it would be useful to hear IBM's quantum computer expert, Dr. Talia Gershon, explain quantum computing to a teenager. This presentation is brought to us by IBM.
What's your favorite kind of computer? Smartphone, tablet, regular, laptop, PC?
I've got to go with my iPhone.
So what do you do with your iPhone?
Social media, use it for studying.
Have you ever run out of space on your iPhone?
All the time.
Me too.
Yeah, always when I'm trying to take a photo.
So did you know that there are certain kinds of problems that computers sort of run out of space almost? Like you're trying to solve the problem, and just like how you run out of space on your iPhone when you're trying to take a picture, if you're trying to solve the problem, you just run out of space. Huh. And even if you have the world's biggest supercomputer, did you know that can still happen?
Wow.
So my team is working on building new kinds of computers altogether, ones that operate by a totally different set of rules. So do you know what that is?
I have no clue.
It's a quantum computer.
A what?
Have you ever heard of a quantum computer?
I haven't.
Have you ever heard of the word quantum?
No.
Okay, so quantum mechanics is a branch of science, just like any other branch of science. It's a branch of physics. It's the study of things that are either really, really small, really, really well isolated, or really, really cold. And this particular branch of science is something we're using to totally reimagine how computing works. So we're building totally new kinds of computers based on the laws of quantum mechanics. That's what a quantum computer is.
Huh.
I'm going to start by telling you about something called superposition. So I'm going to explain it using this giant penny.
Wow. Is that like worth 100 pennies?
I don't know what it's worth, but I can put it face up, right? And that's heads. I can put it face down, right? So at any given point in time, if I ask you, is my penny heads or tails, probably you could answer it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But what if I spin the penny? So let's do it. Okay, so while it's spinning, is it heads or tails?
Heads.
While it's spinning?
Oh, I would know.
It's sort of a combination of heads and tails, right? Would you say? So superposition is this idea that my penny is not just either heads or tails. It's in this state, which is a combination of heads and tails. And this quantum property is something that we can have in real physical objects in the world. So that's superposition. And the second thing that we'll talk about is called entanglement. So now I'm going to give you a penny. Wow! When we use the word entangled in everyday language, what do we mean?
That something's intertwined or...
Exactly, that there's two things that are connected in some way, and usually we can separate them again.
Yeah.
If your hair is tangled or whatever, you can unentangle it, right?
Yeah.
But in the quantum world, when we entangle things, they're really now connected. It's much, much harder to separate them again. So using the same analogy, we spin our pennies and eventually they both stop, right? And when they stop, it's either heads or tails, right? So in my case, I got tails and you got heads. You see how they're totally disconnected from each other, right? Our pennies in the real world. Now, if our pennies were entangled and we both spun them together, right? When we stop them, if you measured your penny to be a head, I would measure my penny to be a head. And if you measured your penny to be a tails, I would measure my penny to be a tails. If we measured it at exactly the same time, we would still find that they were both exactly correlated.
That's crazy.
It's so cool, right?
Oh my God.
The way that we are able to actually see these quantum properties is by making our quantum chips really, really cold. So that's what this is all about, actually. This is called a dilution refrigerator, and it's a refrigerator. It doesn't look like a normal refrigerator, right? But it's something that we use, actually there's usually a case around it, to cool our quantum chips down cold enough that we can create superpositions and we can entangle qubits, and the information isn't lost to the environment.
Like, what could those chips be used to do?
So one of the things that we're trying to use quantum computers to do is simulating chemical bonding. Use a quantum system to model a quantum system.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to impress all my friends when I tell them about this. They're going to be like, quantum what?
It's certainly amazing to think about the phones in our pockets, which have the computing power of our military 50 years ago. So, with all the power in our pockets, how can quantum computers help humanity? We'll be discussing that in the following episode. Quantum computers, according to physicist Shoshone Gaucher, could be used to create private keys for encrypting messages sent from one location to another, so that hackers could not secretly copy the key perfectly. This is because of quantum uncertainty. A hacker would have to break the laws of quantum physics to hack the key. Secondly, quantum technologies could also transform healthcare and medicine. Further, large-scale quantum simulations for drug development could perhaps lead to treatments for diseases like Alzheimer's. And thirdly, quantum computers could enable the movement of information from one location to another for more efficient data transmission and even absolute secure voting. What do you think? Do you believe quantum computers are the future? Do you believe a quantum computer could cure Alzheimer's and dementia? I plan to talk about quantum computer capability and its definite future in my next 3 videos. Please stay tuned. My mind just cannot stop. I wonder about so many things and want to know the answers. Please join me for my next video, and please tell your friends, associates, and family to also join in, and be sure to subscribe. Hit the like button and the alarm button to be notified on future videos. Thank you so much for watching.